Okay, we're back again and we're going to use the law of sines some more to find angle measures. So let's take a look at question number 9. We're given a triangle where we have the measure of angle A is 46 degrees. So let's just kind of help us level set everything. So here's my angle A, angle B, angle C. Remember, you can draw that triangle in any order you want it. So the measure of angle A is 46 degrees. Side BC has a length of 9, so that's the length opposite angle A. And segment AC has a length of 24, and I want to find the measure of angle B. So I know that the sine of angle B over 24 is equal to the sine of 46 degrees over 9. Now this is the formula, and the formula simply states that the relationship or the ratio between the sine of an angle and the length of its opposite side is consistent throughout the triangle. Okay, so here's the equation I set up. I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 24. So the sine of angle B is equal to 24 times the sine of 46 degrees divided by 9. So to find the measure of an angle, remember that we use an inverse ratio. So the measure of angle B then is equal to the inverse sine. Oh, I didn't really need to write it that small or that far up, right? So it's equal to the inverse sine of 24 times the sine of 46 degrees divided by 9. Now, before I really try and move forward with this, I got to make sure that I can even have a triangle that meets this description. So I type into my calculator the 24 sine 46 degrees, close my parentheses before I divide. Also, double check and make sure your calculator is in degree mode. Okay, so when I do that, here's what I find out. When I've simplified this, when I've multiplied 24 times the sine of 46 and divided by 9, I get 1.2 or 1.9, almost 2. Here's the problem. The sine of any angle has to be a number between -1 and +1. So in other words, what I'm saying is that if I have some angle theta, the sine of that angle theta has to be greater than -1, but less than or equal to 1. It can be equal to -1. But it has to be between these two values. This number, 1.9, is not between these two values. So there is no solution to this problem. In other words, if somebody gave me a straw that was 9 inches long, and another straw that was 24 inches long, and I had to have this angle A that was 46 degrees, and it can't be the angle between these two side lengths. I could not make a triangle at all with that information. So I'm done with this problem. Let's go on to question number 10. So again, we're going to draw a triangle to help us level set the equation. I'm going to label my angles in whichever way I wish, right? But I am using ABC because this is the information I was given. I know that the measure of angle A is 105 degrees. I did not do a good job drawing an obtuse triangle here. Now, if you're really picky, you're going to want to go back and redo that, but because I don't want to waste time, I'm not going to do that. So we have 105 degrees for angle C, right? And side AB, the side opposite angle C, that's 32, whatever my units are. Side AC is 29, and I'm trying to find the measure of angle B. So what I know is that the sine of angle B divided by 29 is equal to the sine of 105 degrees divided by 32. So the measure of angle B, and I am kind of jumping ahead here. So if you aren't sure about this, make sure you go back, pause the video, and do the arithmetic part first. But I'm going to multiply both sides by 29, and then I'm going to use the inverse. So the measure of angle B is equal to the inverse sine of 29 times the sine of 105 degrees divided by 32. So again, before we do anything else, we want to find out, is this even possible? So we type into our calculators 29 times the sine of 105 degrees, close those parentheses, and then divide by 32. This number is between -1 and +1, so it is possible we have at least one solution here. And so to find that, then we're actually going to put in the inverse sine now. So we do the inverse sine, so second sine, and then we're going to copy that answer, so second negative. That'll copy my answer in here. So this tells us then that the measure of angle B is approximately 61.1 degrees. Now, is that possible? In other words, if I take 105 and I add 61.1, is that less than 180 degrees? Because if it's not less than 180 degrees, then there's something wrong here. So we're going to add this to 105. That's 166.1 degrees. And so yes, we have enough room for our third angle. So this is definitely a solution. So here's one solution. Now, is there a second solution? Is it possible? So the next thing we do is we want to find B prime, the measure of B prime. And remember to do that, it's 180 minus the 61.1. So 180 minus 61.1, that's 118 degrees. Now here's the thing. I cannot have a triangle that has two obtuse angles. I already have an obtuse angle, 105 degrees. So I can't have another obtuse angle. So there is no B prime. That means there is only one solution. Okay, let's go on and do number 11. And number 11, again, let's draw that triangle just to kind of level set everything. And again, you label your sides and your angles however you feel most comfortable. So this is my triangle. Here's my 36 degrees. Side AB is 21. Side AC is 30. Oh, wait. And I need to find angle A, but I don't have the side across from angle A. And remember, these are not right triangles, so I can't use the Pythagorean theorem to find that third side. So what this means is that before I can find angle A, I actually have to find the measure of angle B. That's the very first thing that I'm going to have to do. So even though it's not what I'm asked to find, it's not my stopping place, it is the first thing I need to do. So the sine of angle B divided by the length of the side opposite it, so divided by 30, is equal to the sine of 36 degrees divided by 21. All right, so the measure of angle B then is equal to the inverse sine of 30 times the sine of 36 degrees divided by 21. All right, is this even possible? Let's double check. So I have 30 times the sine of 36 degrees, close those parentheses, divided 21. This number is less than 1, so yes, it's possible. So second sine, my inverse sine, then second the negative, so I can copy my answer. Enter. So what I'm being told then is that the measure of angle B is going to be 57.6 0.1 degrees. And 57.1 plus 36, 57.1 plus 36 plus the measure of angle A has to equal 180 degrees, right? So then what I know is that the measure of angle A has to equal 180 minus the sum of 57.1 and 36. Now, if this is a negative number, then I know there can't be a measure of angle A here, right? And that means that this angle B is not correct. So I have 180 minus the sum of 57.1 plus 36. So this is telling me then that the measure of angle A is going to be approximately, remember it's approximately because the measure of angle B was approximately, so it's approximately 86.9 degrees. And don't forget the degrees because angles are measured in degrees. So this is the first answer. The question is there a possible second answer? So in other words, what would be the measure of angle B prime? So to find that, we would have 180 minus 57.1. So if I take 180, subtract 57.1, that's equal to 122.9. So let's see. So this would be approximately 122.9. If I add that to 36, do I have enough room for an A prime, right? In other words, the measure of angle A prime would have to equal 180 minus the sum of 122.9 and the 36 angle that we already had. Let's see if this is a positive or a negative number. So 180 minus the sum of 122.9 and 36. That is a positive number. It's 21. So that means that the measure of angle A prime is 21.1. So there are two solutions. There are two possible values for the measure of angle A. It can either be 86.9 degrees or it can be 21.1 degrees. Okay, let's take a look at question number 12. So again, we're going to draw a triangle. This time I'll draw it on the other side just for some variety, right? Here's my angles, A, B, and C. The measure of angle A is 55 degrees. Segment AB has a length of 27. Segment BC has a length of 12. And I'm asked to find the measure of angle B. So in this case, I need to find the measure of angle C first because my 27 is directly across from angle C. So I'm going to start, and I think I want to change colors. So I'm going to start with the sine of angle C over 27 degrees. Nope, not degrees, just over 27 is equal to the sine of 55 degrees over the side opposite it, which is 12. So the inverse sine, or the measure of angle C, really, the measure of angle C is equal to the inverse sine of 27 times the sine of 55 degrees divided by 12. All right, so again, the first step, make sure, is this even possible? So 27 times the sine of 55 degrees divided by 12, is that a number between -1 and +1? It's not. That number is greater than 1. So there is no solution. I cannot create a triangle given the information that I have. Okay, I've got a couple of word problems to do. We're going to do that in the next video. I hope you come back and join us.